Oh, good afternoon. Guess what time it is? It is time for Small Biz Bites, and we have the one and only Amber Jackson from Glitz Optical. Let's get into it. Oh man. Okay. So I just people have asked questions, and I am not one to hide where I do my shopping and things. So I am more than excited to have our guest today. And let me just stop and say, welcome. Good afternoon. If you're in Texas, I know you're inside because it's hotter than all get out right now. But welcome to Small Biz Bites. I am Gwendolyn G.R. Houston Jack. And I've got Amber Jackson. What? Amber Jackson. Yes. We are streaming live to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. We would love to know where you're tuning in from, either live or in the replay. Put it in the comments, let us know. But how do we get this going? Amber, let me say, I told myself as I was watching Oprah with all of her fancy frames and stuff, I said, if I could be like Oprah and have this amazing collection of eyewear, I would start wearing glasses again. Because I stopped some time ago because I had a custom pair. Never mind. And then I saw a news report about small businesses, and there was this petite lady who was talking about eyewear, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. Let me go see what this is about. And I remember walking in and seeing this display of amazing eyewear, and I went from I'll just get one to I stopped counting. So Let me do this. Tell the people, Amber, who are you? Who are you, ma'am?
Well, first of all, Gwendolyn, thank you for sharing this platform with not just myself, but other small businesses. It is so hard. You may have a great idea, great product, and exposure is key. And so we need people like you in the community that give a crap about shining a spotlight on us, those who are doing good business and those who are ethical and wanting to bring something to the community that's going to enhance us all. No one knows about us unless there's people like you that are spotlighting us. So I wanted to say personally, thank you for this and for everything else you've done for Glitz Optical. I don't know, you guys know Gwendolyn wears many hats, but and we are very grateful for all of them. And she wears them and fits them well. But my name is Amber Jackson. I am a native here from Dallas, Texas. I've been in the optical industry for over 10 years. My daughter was in my belly when I got started, and she'll be 17 in September. So that's a lot of time in one industry. And so I just fell in love with it. And I fell in love with making sure that people, no matter what your background is, your ethnicity, your facial features, the type of work that you do, you can find something within our optical. We're very passionate about that. So I am just reimagining optics and taking it away so much from it being so medical and so much let me just get glasses because I got to, oh, wow, I get to get glasses. So that's my goal, is to change the narrative and bring a different experience to our community.
Well, I gotta say, you are definitely doing that because, man, like I said, I remember as a kid getting my first pair of glasses, and they were Jordache. They had the little stallion on the side. I was so happy to have my little Jordache glasses on. And then it's almost as if they sort of fell out of fashion for a hot moment. Mm-hmm. I do remember tortoiseshell, and I had rose-colored glasses because of Dwayne Wayne from The Different Worlds. Ooh, girl. We have done some trends, but something happened, and I don't know. They just got kind of boring. And
Yeah.
so I went to wearing contacts. And there was a moment where it popped back on the scene. There were people who were wearing glasses that didn't have any lenses. It was just the frame, but the frames were so dynamic and so fashionable. I was like, well, maybe I need to investigate doing that again. Maybe I need to do it. So a couple of things. First of all, shout out to our community. Spencer is showing up from Atlanta. Hello, Mr. Spencer. Hello there.
Hey,
And if
Spencer.
you have questions about eyewear and things, by all means, we're going to answer all of that. I have a few myself because my eyes are changing. But what got me the most, and I hate that this has a question mark. It's not a question, well, although it is. Glitz Optical. When we found you, your version of what shopping for eyewear completely, in my opinion, was revolutionary and ahead of what was to come. Would you share more about how you guys operate?
Yes. So there's many things that makes us different than our competition or ordering online or whatever. But our main thing is that we are a mobile concept. So our goal, just a little bit, I used to work in a very high-end optical here in Highland Park. If you're from Dallas, you're familiar with Highland Park area. And, the frames start at $700-800 before we even talked about lenses. That's how much just the frames were. And, people, that caliber of people, they're busy. They are judges. They are doctors, they're news reporters. They're busy. They don't have time. So oftentimes, in order to try to save time, they would send their assistant, their maid, their executive staff to come and pick up their eyewear for them because they're trying to save their time. And it ultimately, inadvertently, would have to come back and get them fitted on them because I need to see them in person. And so I saw a big disconnect of these people are trying to save time, but yet they're costing themselves more time by having to come back and forth and back and forth. And so not only were we able to now reduce the overhead costs, which now I can charge a very reasonable amount for the same product, but now we're able to meet the client where they are. And so that concept was my idea, and that happened in 2019. And as we all know, the pandemic happened in 2020, and God just set it up that way to now people could no longer go out. People didn't want to go out. People didn't want to be around 20 other people in a store. They didn't want to touch things that everybody's been touching on every 10-15 seconds as they rotate out of these big corporations. And so where I thought my business was going to fail, it actually succeeded, and it flew because of that. So people who, maybe they have a child that has a weak immune system and they can't go out, or maybe, they're battling some type of illness, or they were just scared to be around a lot of people. People love the fact that they can just deal with one person coming to their home. They know I'm going to sanitize everything. And even back then I was wearing gloves to just kind of make everybody feel more comfortable. But our business took off. And then for those who don't live here, like, you may live in Atlanta, we've got clients all over the US. It actually helped me to revolutionize the way I thought about doing business online, because some of the struggles with ordering online is you don't know how it's going to fit you. There's no one there to take your measurements. There's no one to really talk to. If you have a problem with the eyewear, now it's just, you're up in the abyss. And so even with our virtual styling, I'm sitting there with the client face to face, and they can contact me anytime. So even if you're not here in the DFW area, our concept is totally different, even how we approach our online clients.
I got to say, because I remember we shopped in person first, my husband and myself. He didn't buy anything at that point. He's slowly being converted into a Glitz Optical customer.
That's okay.
He's taking his time. But we picked up 2 pairs then. And I remember getting the call about the sizing. And you came out to the office, drove to the office, sized me in the office, brought them back in the office. We were like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm getting my glasses. And they're like, wait, what? Like, she's
and I don't have to
coming
get
to
in
you?
my car. I don't have to take my lunch break. None of that.
It was again 2019, so it was already looking at where we were going to be living and how we were going to be living our life for the next year and a half. So then COVID happens, and even then I still was able to go through a few selections with you virtually, right? And I thought, okay, well, I like that one, I like that one. And even that pair still fit amazingly well and looked perfect. I thought, well, this is great. And then we got extra fancy and had you come to the house. Yes. So I thought to myself, this is where we're going, because the same people who said we would never have our groceries delivered or food delivered, when you think about how people are living life or will be adjusting, you can get ahead of what's coming and be ready. For you, I am certain pivoting was not an issue in terms of taking Glitz Optical through the pandemic. Did you pick up more customers, or was it about the same?
Oh, I picked up tons of more customers, a lot of customers, because see, the thing is, when you buy online, there's no one there to really guide you on the process, and you don't understand what your lenses may look like in a certain frame. So people love that personal interaction, that though I'm shopping online, there's still a live person that I can connect with, that can look at my prescription and talk to me and look at my face shape and say, no, I don't think that's the best fit. Let's go with this. This is going to hide more of this. This is going to do that. That's so imperative, because even those that are now working from home, we're doing a lot of Zoom calls now. We're doing it. So it matters how your eyewear looks. So, you know, my clientele has boomed, and Gwendolyn wears them well, right? So our clientele just literally skyrocketed during the pandemic, of people wanting me to come to the house. Their kids are coming home from college. They can never get their kids to go and make an appointment or do whatever. So they're like, I tell you what, pull up. My husband's never going to go out and do it. Just pull up to the house and we're going to do it. So for many reasons, it has worked amazingly here.
And you know, I want to piggyback on what you mentioned about being able to work with someone and having them tell you that's not going to work well. My eyes, as I get older, thank you, Jesus, they're getting more and more out of whack, right? So I'm fully aware that I'm not going to get like the special lenses, like the free ones. I have to do like that ultra thick stuff, that even the thin lens is still just little, you know, not exactly Coke bottle, but we're not too far behind. I'm okay with that. So I remember when you were looking at my prescription, you were like, you know, if you do that one, it's gonna like, what's that sort of curving thing, that whatever it does, you know what I'm talking about. It's clear that's not my forte. But you were thinking ahead of what it would look like when I picked a certain shape or style, as well as my face.
Yeah.
So the next question I have goes to that, which is, you know, the eye selection is very fashion forward, like fashion forward. How are you staying on top of the trends? Because I've picked up a couple of the Glitz Optical collection. Yeah. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so we only carry certain lines in our optical for a reason, right? So I may have clients that say, you got this Gucci frame, or you got this frame. And I'm like, no, we carry frames that actually are going to fit your face well, that you didn't have to spend $400 or $500 on, and that are still fashion forward and made well. So we carry 3 lines within our optical. And one of the qualifications for me to even carry a brand in our optical is I have to be able to look at your frames and tell that you think about everybody when designing your product. So when I was doing a little eyewear fashion study in LA, I was sitting in the design room and they were making beautiful eyewear pieces, but I noticed that the bridges were really small, and everybody doesn't have a small nose like mine. My daughter doesn't even have a bridge. You know, it's flat right here. And so her cheekbones are high. So her face looks totally different than mine. And so I would sit in the design room and I'm like, this is cool, but can we think about maybe this face shape and this face shape? And the more that I understood that they were not interested in what I had to say or my opinion, though I am the one that's selling their product, the more I realized is that I needed to take it into my own hands of what is to be sold. So one of the qualifications in order to be sold in our optical is I have to be able to tell that you think about everybody when designing your product. I've got to see variety, not just with colors and shapes, but in sizes. So that's a main one. The next thing is we like a little bit of like exclusivity. How do you say that word?
Exclusivity. Yes. Exclusivity.
Yeah, so one of the brands that we carry is called Bolton. It's made from all wood, based out of Africa. It stimulates the economy. So we also want to work with brands that employ people who look like us, who may not have a job otherwise. So we look for brands that they take the time to seek out people that can work for them, that will enhance their lives, that may not otherwise have that type of opportunity to provide for their family. And then next, we want to work with companies that are eco-friendly. So, that's another thing that we think about is, what are you using your material? Where's your material sourced from? Is this harming the environment, how you made it? So, sizing, if you're making product for everyone, B, who are you employing? That's important to us. And B, C, how is it made? And so those are the qualifications that we use when we determine what's going to be in the optical. As far as the fashion side, that's my specialty. Everything that we pick to be in our optical, whether it's our own brand or it's some of the other couple brands that we carry, I want to make sure that it's cool and unique. And I'm thinking about what client would wear this when I'm buying certain pieces. So it's just worked out really, really well. I just want people to know that I'm thinking about you, whether if you have a serious job and you want to look more approachable, or if you have a job that looks, that puts you off in a certain light and you want people to know, like, no, you come talk to me, I'm look cool. Eyewear is the first thing that people see when they look at you. And so it's important to us how you're representing yourself. And so we just are honored to be a part of that process.
Okay. I want to stay on that topic, but I got to make sure I introduce or welcome in our community. We have Danny here. We have Danny. Hello to you, Danny. We also have Gary tuning in as well.
Hi,
hey,
Gary.
I'm just curious, if you are a person who wears glasses or contacts, because I want to talk about that too. Put a 1 in the comments. I'm just curious because, me personally, like I said, I've had out of whack eyes since I was a wee one. And I know, and we'll probably come back to this topic. I know that when kids get picked on for their glasses, they don't wear their glasses.
Yes.
And sometimes make their vision worse than what it is. I'm going to put it on the Post-it note parking lot. I want to come back to that because I really want to talk about that as well. But sticking with the topic of why you created this, I don't believe a lot of us think about what face shapes, nose bridges, how that impacts how these glasses look on us. I do remember you specifically looking at my skin tone and picking out colors that would work with what I got going on, and the bald hair and all the things, right? Like you feel like, okay, this would go good with this because of this, and your prescription, so you should do X, Y, Z. But I never even considered that the bridge and how a pair of glasses is shaped, how it looks overall on a face. I find that such a powerful part of what Glitz Optical stands for, because I'm thinking back to some of my old pictures. My glasses, they were not properly fitted. It was so clear that it was not working out. It was,
and that's the thing. You can have a frame that's $400, $500, $800. If it's not fitting you well, I'd rather you have a frame that you spend $80 on and it fits you amazing than a frame that you spend $800 on and it's wobbling on your face. It's not sitting right. The fit is what makes it look expensive, not the name brand. And so I want to retrain our mind on, well, are you buying an expensive frame, but then buying very cheap lenses that are taking away the overall look of it? I'd rather you spend more money on the lens and buy a cheaper frame. So there's just different components that I want to break that mold. And I'm happy when I get to talk to clients and get them to think about it a little bit different. It's like, well, why am I buying this $500 frame? Well, why am I putting this cheap lens in there and I'm spending all this money? Well, why does it wobble? Why does it shake? Get people to start thinking about it. And then they're like, I get it now. This is the best fitting pair of glasses I've had. I see the clearance out of these. So I want to make sure that people are, number one, educated so that they can make an informed decision on realistically what it's going to look like when they actually get the product and put it on their face.
Man, if we can go back to your very last statement about all of it, which is when you walk into a room and people see you, like I have contacts, I don't know when I wear them because I have so many beautiful glasses. It really all depends on my mood. It really also depends on my mood.
And to your point, Gwendolyn, I've got clients that don't need any prescription, but they need that look when they walk into a room. They're giving a presentation, they're doing something. You know, I've got major high-end clients that don't need any prescription, but their eyewear is a part of their persona. And so it is extremely important to them on what they choose.
Well, I got to tell you, it is definitely part of mine. I mean, I can look at my pictures and I do see at a point of my life, it was just my face, right? And then there came a point where it's like, well, these are some really cute glasses. Let's start putting on some glasses. And then Glitz Optical came into my life. And every single day it was like, now what am I feeling today? What am I doing today? What's the, you know, what's the deal going on now? Because that is where it is. We got comments coming in. Gary says he wears both. He wears both his contacts and his glasses. Okay.
Awesome.
Nice. Oh, nice. Danny, she prefers contacts, glasses if she has to. But her son wears glasses all the time. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. And she also says that my kid has trouble with different frames fitting the bridge of his nose. All right. We are going to come back to that in kids. I do want to talk about the kids and glasses and the things that come with that. Spencer also adds that he says, I wear mine when I want to see things. Oh, Lord have mercy. You would be shocked to find how much stuff you don't want to see. So yeah, I love the fact that I can take them off. Oh, leave it to Spencer. Yeah. But I do want to talk about the contacts because I'm not mistaken, you guys are offering contacts now. You're offering contacts now. When did that happen? And I'm throwing a question in there for myself because a system needs readers now, and I'm okay with that. So tell us about the contact program, and then we'll talk about the future.
Yeah, so we just started selling contacts about a month ago. So you don't have to switch to an off-brand. All of your beloved brands of contacts, whether it be AccuView, a Cooper Vision product, a Ciba Vision product, we carry every mainstream contact lens that there is. And then we are also running specials that if you buy a year's supply of contacts, you can get single vision glasses for $75. So if you're someone who, you're like, you know what, glasses thing is cool, but contacts are my deal, but I do need a nice pair of glasses that I can go out in public if I have to, if my contacts rip, if I run out, if my makeup is irritating, if I'm having allergies, if I misplace them. I need something decent that I can put on that I'm not ashamed that I can go out in public. And so we want to be able to offer that balance of you being able to do the thing that you love, which is wear contacts, but still feel confident that if my contacts run out, I have something, or just to give my eyes a break and allow oxygen to go to the back of my retina. I've got a nice pair of glasses that can allow that. So yes, we do. And then your question about readers, absolutely. We make custom readers all the time.
What? I didn't know that?
Yeah, I guess not, but we do all the time. In fact, I had a client earlier today, just looking around, I need glasses, I just need some readers. And so, we talk about that as well, because over-the-counter readers are not good for you. So I talk to my clients on why buy custom readers versus just going to Walgreens or Walmart and just buying over-the-counter readers. So we talk about that as well.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, I went in for my eye exam and the guy was like, your eyes are great, but if you wear your contacts, you're going to have to wear readers. And I thought, and I literally walked right out into Target and picked up some readers.
Yes.
Well, now I know that I can, and I will say this, when I was going through that selection, it felt different because I feel as if I have a certain character, right? A certain reputation for my eyewear. And I'm looking at this selection and I thought, is this all y'all have to offer? Like really? Seriously?
And the price sticker on basic looking frames.
Right. Yeah. That too, that
Yeah.
part. Danny says, "Oh my God, I need some readers." Danny, you and me both, because clearly, like I have my pair, and they're on the table, on the nightstand. But I'm wearing this so often that, like I said, I don't really wear my contacts that often, and when I do, I gotta pack the readers. Because trust me, if you catch me outside with my contacts and I have my phone, it's more of a I'm, I'm turning the phone all kinds of ways. I'm trying to find more light. Is like,
and that's because you don't like progressive lenses, right, Gwendolyn?
No, not yet. I'm like 1 year away, he tells me.
Okay. I was gonna say, because I don't think we do progressive lenses for you, but that would kind of help with that.
Nah, Amber, I believe next year you and I we have a different conversation.
Okay.
We will have to do some things here, do some things, because it's about that time. He's already told me I'm like 1 year away. I'm not there yet, but I am knocking on the door, and I'm like,
you're holding on.
I mean, it's fine. I don't mind. I love my glasses, and I have. I don't know. Was it like 18? Is it 18?
Yeah, I was gonna say at least 15, at least.
At least 18. But I do want to talk about the glasses real quick. I want to go a little bit deeper into like what you offer. Danny, we can shop together. We could do a shopping party at the house. Get the wine. Amber brings the collection. Girl.
Yes.
I mean, like I'm just saying. That's how we like to do our eyeglass shopping. Like a little nibbles here and there, a little ambiance, you know what I'm saying?
I'm here for it.
But what I do want to focus on before we move on to our next conversation is the fact that my glasses are not only, they're thin lens, but they have transition blue light filter. What else did I add on there? Did I add like one more thing on there? I forget. But
we polish the edges too. We polish the edges so that they just look even nicer too. Yeah. All these small things that just brings the whole look together.
All the small things. But when it came to the color of the shade, the transition, it's not just that basic gray or amber.
Yeah,
so top notch
exactly. Stuff. Yeah, most opticals, they are still offering only the traditional either gray or brown is what they tell you that you can choose from. But not with us. With us, you can choose amethyst, which is this beautiful purple. You can choose sapphire, which is a gorgeous blue. We have a emerald green that's pretty. And then there's a lighter green that you can choose from too. So we are excited to not just cover your eyes with the same amount of UV protection, but also give you fashion forward statements that people know, like, wait a minute, she didn't go to a regular place and get that. You know what I mean? Because, if I've got to wear it on my face, the whole goal is I want something that I can't find just easily everywhere else. And if I do find someone with the same frame, they're not going to have the customization of the lenses that I'm going to do. So we pride ourselves on taking a product and really mastering and tailoring it to you and your needs. Some of my clients, they play golf, they fish, and they need polarized lenses. So we talk literally about all of that. If they're truck drivers, if they're pilots, there's different lenses depending on your work load that we talk about.
That's awesome. We got another comment coming in. We have Gary saying that he loves his glasses. He broke them in college and had to do contacts and fell in love with my eyes. You know what? I know that story, Gary. I do. I understand that. I had a beautiful custom pair when I graduated from college, and then they were destroyed in a car accident. Well, actually, it was more of me getting hit by a car, and I went to contacts and said, never again will I ever spend that much money on a pair of glasses. And then I met Amber. So the love can be renewed. It can definitely be renewed. But can we stop for a second and talk about children and glasses? And I'm going to lead us into like what I want to talk about next as well. The number of kids who don't wear their glasses because they don't fit well. I have to assume, and if I'm not right, or if I'm off topic or off kilter here, let me know. But I have to assume that as a person who works with people of all ages, you do see times where a child is maybe hesitant to wear glasses or pick out something. Is that a common thing that you find with the parents saying, hey, I have my child, we need glasses, but he or she or they have no desire to wear them? Like, have you seen that often?
I mean, yeah, it's just real quick, my own personal testimony. You know, I grew up in, low income housing. I grew up on Medicaid. I had to just accept whatever was given. I've been wearing glasses since I was 10, 11, 12. And then a lot of the same people in my classroom, they were in the same predicament that I was. And so, you know, at that time, Medicaid just gives you whatever the basic. And so I found, even as a child, and then just helping people now and helping parents to understand how important it is that their children feel good. You know, a lot of people, they would claim that they lost their glasses, or they would break them on purpose. They would become a class clown. They don't want to have to sit in the front of the classroom, so they'll lie and tell the teacher that they can see, even though they can't. And then when they can't see, they become idle, and then they just start doing things that are distracting to not only themselves, but the rest of the classroom, all because they don't want to have that image of, I'm wearing glasses and I'm not confident in them. And so part of the proceeds, because that was my experience and so many of my friends growing up who couldn't afford it, we take part of the proceeds and we put glasses on kids for free every year. Our goal is to do at least 100 kids every year that we're able to put eyewear on. So part of the proceeds, when you shop with us, we go to low income areas and offer vouchers so that they can come to an event, and regardless of what their economic status or whatever the case may be, they can choose whatever they want, just like a regular paying client. So that is super important to us, that whether my client is 10 years old and they're getting a free pair, or they are 90 years old, that they are extremely happy with their glasses and they didn't just settle because this was what was left over. So we pride ourselves on having variety and giving everybody the best customer service possible.
You know, it's funny how you read my mind, because that was my very next topic was the activity in the community. Really quick, for those who were just tuning in, we are chatting with Amber Jackson of Glitz Optical here on Small Biz Bites. Again, we're streaming live to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And we were just getting into the conversation about kids and glasses. And I have to tell you, I was that child. All right, I've always been a back of the classroom kid. And then at one point, I couldn't see the board, and you don't want to go to the front, and you find yourself like squinting and trying to see if you can. I mean, it's just a lot of, I hate to use the word a lot, without proper research. However, my gut tells me that there are a number of children who were like yourself or like me, who struggle in school because they can't see what's happening in the classroom.
Yes.
Right? Not every child is a problem child or does not want to succeed. Some of it could be as simple as they're not wearing their glasses. And like you said, the ones they do have, for whatever reason, are not attractive, and therefore they get picked on. No child wants unnecessary attention, and so they just stop wearing them, which makes their eyes worse. So we know this is happening. So I love that. Yeah, I do recall an event just this past March, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Where there was the event to work with kids to get them their glasses. And I hate that I did not bring this, but there was a video of a young lady who got her shipment of her new glasses. And she was just, I mean, you would have thought it was Christmas morning. Her smile.
She ripped off her old glasses so fast. Like,
it was with this. I literally cried. I thought to myself, see, this is, people forget the importance of a business and its community, right? Mm-hmm. I find some of us see business as just making money, and we forget that we are there to serve, not only by providing a service or product, but to also give back and build a stronger community. So the 100 pair of glasses. Now, I recall being there. There were a lot of kids there.
Yeah.
So if we could just do a little sidebar here, the glasses that you do carry, is there a collection just for kids, or these work for all ages?
They work for all ages. We go by face shape. That's what's important, because I don't want to classify a frame and say this is for a kid. It goes by how petite your face is, how far your ears sit back from your cranial. I look at all of that. And so we have a petite section, and then we have a mid-range section and a larger section. And then we go into a little bit more, detailed. Okay, well, how's the angle of your face and all of that. So, I want kids who are 10, 11, 12, not to feel like I can only look right here. You can look everywhere. And we're going to put together a collection that's going to fit the size of your face, not necessarily because of your age.
Now, because I love it, we love sidebars here, we love rabbit holes. In that exact same frame of serving a community, I could have sworn I saw a post about you visiting a school and discussing career opportunities. Am I crazy? Yes. Or did I read that right?
No. I've actually gone to several schools in the past year. I'm grateful that people look at us and invite Glitz Optical to come, because there are not a lot of Black opticians, period, and certainly not Black optician females, and certainly not Black optician females that own the optical. And so, I want to broaden people's mind that there are other ways that you can make money and serve a purpose, because I don't believe in just teaching to make money. Like you said, what purpose are you serving? Is it a positive? Are you making your money in a positive way that other people are benefiting for generations to come because you existed or because your business existed? So that's important to us as well. I want to show kids that, a 4-year degree may not be your way. But there are other trades that you can learn that is just as lucrative, if not more, in a lane that we are rarely showcased in. So I just want to go to schools and get people's minds turning, like, oh, she's not just selling frames, she's doing lenses. Oh, she's not just doing lenses, she knows how to cut the lenses. I want to spark their minds enough that they send me a private DM and say, my mom's letting me use your Instagram account. I'd love to come to the lab and learn how to do X, Y, and Z. That's what just, brightens my day when I receive DM messages like that. So definitely my goal is to go to schools and show kids, as society is changing, as we are ever evolving on what it looks like to be a success, that there are different trades that you can learn. You don't have to do things a certain traditional way in order to be successful.
We may have to have a second conversation about defining success and work. That in itself is more than just a sidebar. It's a whole nother trip.
That's a whole nother thing. Yeah.
Because we are at a place, as you mentioned, where how we work and where we work is changing for the better, in my opinion.
Yes.
And I have nothing against going to 4 years, but as a person who has worked with young people, I have always said, you have to do what's best for you. So if that's a 2-year spot, great. If it's a 4-year spot, great. If it's just whatever, do that. Now my mama, she said, you're not going to get a job playing video games. Mother is wrong. You can get a job playing video games.
Yes.
So that has happened. We got a few more comments coming in. Holds on. Gary says, oh, he's going to have to see you when it's time to level up on his glasses. Goss stays active. Sometimes they fall off my face. Well, hello. Amber is definitely your person. This is what we're talking about.
Yes.
It's not just like the average everyday thing. Depending on what you're doing, you may want a different pair when you're running or doing something else. I do recall, because I love seeing all the different types of glasses out there, but there was a doctor and his glasses like fold or something. It was a cool.
Yeah. Dr. Lamar, he has like 2 small kids, and he's gone working a lot of hours. So when he comes home, his kids just grab on him wherever they can, whether it be his face or whatever. And, I hadn't seen Dr. Lamar in maybe about 2.5 years. And he says, Amber, I can't tell you how many times my 1-year-old or my 2-year-old, mangled my glasses, and they're still in great shape. So, if you are working in the yard, or you're, exercising, or you've got small kids, we've got glasses that have 360 hinges. We've got glasses that fold in. We've got glasses that are self-adjustable so that you can make them tighter or looser depending on, what your work activity or how snug or how loose your preference is, or how you want them to fit on your face. So again, our thing in Glitz Optical is variety, variety, variety.
It is there. Danny says mine will wear them because he knows he has to, but he hates the selection and fit. Again, Danny, you and I are going to have to get together. We can bring the little one, although he's really not little, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's your child. They're never really ever going to grow. We'll have to help him get a new pair.
Yes.
And then he can get like something fashionable that he really likes and enjoys.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary, you can come. It could be like the Avon or the Tupperware parties of the past. Now, I know some of y'all don't know about Tupperware, but for those of us who do.
Yes.
We can do a whole mix.
But this Tupperware party, you can bring your HSA and FSA card to.
There you go. Oh my goodness. See, now all of this right here. We're about to get into some trouble, y'all. We're about to get into some trouble, but I love it. I love it. Hey, so tell me this, since you're mentioning HSA and FSA, you have other programs for businesses, correct?
I do. So we are very passionate about giving back to the community, number one. Number two, small businesses. So I tell people that it's important that we support small businesses because they have such a hard time getting recognition, exposure, grant money, X, Y, and Z. And a lot of the things that I found when talking to other small businesses is they're having a hard time finding employees. So, I thought about that. They're having a hard time managing the overhead, right? And so normally they may not be able to offer benefits like a major corporation are able to. But yet they still have a legitimate business and they have legitimate employees with legitimate needs. And so we came up with a Glitz Optical Flex business plan, Flex Vision Plan. Okay. And what this is for anyone who owns a small business. It can be an employee of one. As long as you own a small business, you can go on our website at the very top. You can sign in. It says Glitz Flex Plan to join it today. And instantly, you can use these benefits. The great thing about it is you don't have to contribute as an employer or an employee to receive these benefits. So, this is a absolutely no strings attached, no annual fee, no commitment to use, absolutely free benefit plan that we are giving simply because you're a small business owner. And we want to honor you and help you propel your business forward and being able to tell people who want to come work for your establishment, listen, we don't have a vision plan, but those vision plans, they take money out of your account and then you get a poor selection. With us, we're just going to give you a free vision plan. That's how we want you to be able to talk to your potential candidate. We're going to give you a free vision plan and you can use it immediately. One of the benefits is like getting $50 off instantly on any frame. This is great for those who may say, well, you know what, Amber, I use my benefits every year for contacts. So I never have anything left over to get glasses. Yeah. So this is a great option to use, for that situation. Or, my job doesn't offer anything, or we don't have an HSA, or we don't have an FSA card. And you can use this in conjunction with your HSA and FSA. So once you sign up as an employer, it gives you a link immediately that you can send out to your staff members, and they can sign not only themselves up, but everyone else in their household will get the same benefits once they're signed up under your business. And they can use it limitless amount of times. So, that's something else that we're rolling out.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about some of the conversations this past couple of years with small businesses and the past due need for a living wage, for adequate health care. And so often people say, well, as a small business owner, the cost is too high. There's all these reasons not to give these things to your employees, which I don't understand, but
yeah, because you need glasses to see it work.
Right. And so I'm listening to you and I am hearing how you have thought this out. And you're saying, hey, I'm a small business too, right? So I understand, but there is a way to make this work for all parties involved where you don't have to feel as if I can't, right? And I don't know about your family. I know in my household, my parents, they were really big on the I can't, right? Or the I don't know. It's like we have to figure some stuff out. What can you do? What is in your wheelhouse that you can control, that you can make a difference versus I just can't do anything. I just can't.
Right.
That's a beautiful idea. Like that's really, really good.
It's actually going to revolutionize and change the way eyewear optics goes. So our goal is to go to every chamber of commerce in the next, 5-6 months and do an introduction and sign as many businesses up. That's our next initiative that we're going to be pushing really heavily, because we simply don't believe people should go without eyewear simply because they can't afford it.
And it's like a lot of things with healthcare, be it teeth, eyes, overall health. For those who have access to a private doctor, we forget how much of a luxury that is. It is a luxury, right? Yeah. Let me, before I get started, let me just go ahead and stop. Because I can easily get on a soapbox when it comes to that. But I'm just going to put it out there. But I have to say thank you. Thank you for thinking about what you can do as a fellow small business owner that could change the conversation, give access to all, and make a difference, again, in the community. Thank you for that. Like that's, oh my goodness. I may have to look into it.
It's free.
I mean, you might as well.
You might as well.
You may as well do it. But perfect segue, because again, you identified a need that a lot of us had no idea we actually even wanted. Like, again, I say the fact that you were able to come to the office when I was in the office, you've come to the home, you ship things if necessary, you work virtually. We didn't know we needed all of this because we just didn't see what the future was. How are you taking Glitz Optical into the future?
Yeah. So like I said, with our vision plan that we're launching, that's taking it into the future where people don't necessarily have to have, a couple of dollars missing out of their check every paycheck just to be told when they go get their glasses, oh, that's just for the basic. Now you got to pay an additional $300-400. So it's like, wait a minute. I just spent $100-something out of my paycheck, and now you're telling me I still got to spend another $300-something. So we are revolutionizing the way people look at buying insurance and letting them know that's not necessary, that we can just give you something and you can have someone personally come to your home. It's actually a win-win because you're saving money from coming out of your paycheck every 2 weeks. And then getting hit with this lump sum total that you wasn't expecting. You're working with someone direct. That is, their goal is not just to, whether it's myself or other staff members, our goal is to make sure you get the very best product for the money that you're paying. Not just because, ooh, this is the amount of money. No. Does the client actually need that? So we work from a standpoint of, does the client need it? It's not about the cost. Lead with what do they need, and let's work back from that. So we're leading the charge, and we're looking forward in the future of revolutionizing how people look at eyewear, how people approach others when buying eyewear, and how we do business as a community and not rob each other, but fulfill each other's needs with the gift of sight.
Ooh, somebody pass the collection plate. Can we get a 100 in the comments for Miss Amber Jackson? I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sitting here like, hold the smile. My cheeks are hurting. It absolutely warms my heart and obviously gives me great hope that there are other small business owners like yourself out here doing the work. It is possible. It is being done. That says a great deal about our future. Like I mean, my cheeks are just like, ugh. Danny says, girl.
Spread the word, Danny. We exist.
Gary says, we love the free. Man, we were just talking earlier today. I have to say this. And Gary was there as well. We were talking about the job of the salesperson, of any business person, It's not about just making the money. Our job is to serve. It is to give the customer what they need, want, and deserve. That
Yes.
is our job as salespeople. Like, it's not just,
Wow.
can I
Yes.
take from you? How can
Yes.
I give back? Right?
Yes.
How can I do so much more than what you have even anticipated? Because Lord knows I didn't anticipate all that came with interacting with Glitz Optical, but I am openly receiving it. And when you are truly operating and walking in your purpose, people become your fans hands down. Like, I don't know, I stopped counting how many videos I have made about my Glitz Optical experience. I stopped counting because it's
We're
just
so grateful, and you wear them so well, G. I literally have people and say, I want this pair, and it's your face that they're showing me with the glasses. I'm like, well, that pair is gone, but we can find something else.
I mean, it's just, but that's one of the things, one of the factors that as a small business owner, people need to like really recognize. We forget that it's about building relationships. And we've heard that on Small Biz Bites, I don't know how many times now, but it's about building relationships, walking in your purpose, and focusing on your customer. And then the money just shows up. It's just like, you don't have to work for that because your fans will do it for you. as Danny says, she's like, I love Gwendolyn's collection. I don't know why I didn't even bring it into the room. I should have brought my collection, my 3 boxes.
Yes, Gwendolyn has a collection, you guys.
I brought it into the room. So tell us this, where can we find Glitz Optical on social media? And Gwendolyn is failing. I need to put the web address into the comments. Please let us know where we can follow your journey.
Yeah, so we don't only just do prescription eyewear. We do custom tint work. We do polarized lenses. We do transitions. We do blue filter. We do just for cosmetic needs. So if you're interested in all this and more, you can check us out on Instagram at Glitz Optical, Facebook at Glitz Optical. You can go online and check out a small collection that's mainly for those who live out of the United States. They can kind of get an idea what we have. It's glitzopticalonline.com. But when you book an appointment, whether it be virtually or in person, we have over 100 styles that are not shown. So glitzopticalonline.com. If you're a small business, at the very top, you're going to see where it says join now, sign up for the Glitz Flex plan and small rating at the very top. Go ahead and click that link. It's going to take you to a brand new landing page that's going to give you step-by-step, literally 3 steps. It takes you less than a minute to sign up for you, your employees, and their families to start enjoying benefits immediately. So we hope to see you there.
Man. Okay. So for those of you in the Dallas area, I kind of feel like we need to throw a Glitz Optical party. Like I'm feeling as if we should gather ourselves together. I'll have some nibbles. Oh, well, of course.
And I'll bring champagne. I'll bring wine. You just tell me how many people, Gwendolyn.
We can have the champagne. We'll have the wine for those who want, our favorite deception, honey flavored whiskey.
Yeah.
Whiskey. We could definitely have that there as well. We could have all the things.
Yes,
At
ma'am.
this party and set it up. So we'll make it easy. Of course, I'm sure my hubs is like, babe, what are you doing?
And we've got a whole new collection, so don't let him catch you looking at it, Gwendolyn.
You know what? But maybe it's his turn to get a pair, because I have to say,
Maybe so.
It's been a few years, and this is the first year. I can't believe somebody actually got their call to come through. It's the first year where he said, I think I need to get a pair.
Ooh.
And I was like, my husband.
I'm ready for him. I'm ready. I've had opportunity now to study him for years, so I'm ready.
Gary says he'll take both.
Awesome.
So we'll have, you know what? Give me a moment. Clearly, July is hot. It's very hot. I'm thinking September. I mean, a little birthday, kind of like a little side birthday party thing.
Ooh, I would love that
going on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That would be like
that'll give people plenty of time to go get their eye exams too.
Oh yes, well, yeah, right. Like you got to have that eye exam. Yeah, that would definitely be necessary because you definitely want to have that. Oh, and she'll bring the kid. She'll bring the kid last and nibbles. Dude,
awesome.
I am. You guys know I'm down to entertain. I'm always entertaining.
Yes, I can. Me too.
That's like the ultimate there. Oh my goodness, Amber, thank you for giving us this time. I am just when you believe or you think you know everything about a company and what they stand for, I have to say I am leaving this conversation with so much more admiration for what you do and what Glitz Optical stands for. Like hands down, a real talk. We got to give you your flowers.
Oh,
you are doing the thing. You are doing it, right? I mean, this is one of those where
you're gonna make me cry. I gotta take my glasses off, wipe my face.
Here's the deal, and we'll leave with this. And I know we have a couple of people who are out in the audience who are also small business owners, and they can get it. You know, sometimes when you're on this journey, it is a solo journey, right? And you feel as if you're out there and no one's watching. You believe you're moving, and you just sometimes you have like your high moments, you have your low, you question why you even started it. You know, it's just you go through all the emotions literally in one day. Yeah. In one day, you feel all of it. Yeah. So for me, when I bring on other businesses that I truly admire, like clearly I am watching the journey and I respect it. And as a small business owner, I think to myself, what can I do different today that I'm not doing, right? Just when you think you've got it all figured out, and it's not a matter of I want to copy this person. That isn't it. But maybe there was one thing I can do differently, one thing I can adjust, one more little bit of something that I can give just to help another small business person out. But more importantly, we should be celebrated. Yeah. Right? If no one tells you that you're doing it and that someone's watching your race and cheering you on, someone's got to, I'm telling you, keep going. As they say in the racing world, just keep going. You're doing it. God bless you for doing it and for offering all those kids those glasses. It's not even the glasses, it's the joy on their face when they open that box. Oh, yeah. My goodness. It is touching. Like I say it again, you are living in your purpose. Thank God for that. And before we leave, is there anything else you want to share with our community in terms of advice? Clearly, we are all set for the party happening. I'm going to make invitations. We're going to do it up.
Yeah. What I want to leave with the community, Gwendolyn, thank you so much for this opportunity. Again, I can't say enough about you. You deserve all the flowers in the world. You have definitely enhanced the visibility of my business through all of your many efforts, and I am very grateful for that. What I want to tell the community is that even if you don't buy glasses from me, please get an eye exam. Even if you think you have perfect vision, early signs of diabetes and high blood pressure and glaucoma can all be detected through the retina. So it is not just, I'm going to go to get an eye exam because things are starting to get a little fuzzy. No, do it every year because early signs of diseases can be detected through the eyes. So, that's what I'm going to leave you with.
That is the message we are leaving with. We want to thank everyone who tuned in for us for this beautiful small biz bites. I always leave so invigorated. I'm like, what am I going to do now? What am I going to go do?
You're going to play this party in September.
We're playing a party for September.
Yes.
That part is done.
I got it.
That part is done. Like that's a hands down. We are going to do all of the things in September. That's for sure. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in either live or in the replay for this edition of Small Biz Bites with Amber Jackson. I am Gwendolyn G.R. Houston Jack. Enjoy your evening.